Hello, my name is acbtheman, and welcome to Radio Epic, episode 9. And we are back. We took a week off due to just scheduling and sickness. We had to miss the E3 week, but we're here to talk E3, here to talk Destiny, and a couple other things. We just have the three normal hosts on here. So, bnelly, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Excited to be back.
Yeah, me too. I'm very glad to be recording this again. And then we have PhD Shenanigans. Doc, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Very, very good. Still a little bit stuffly from the ear infection, but doing very well. So, we are going to talk tonight a little bit about the news we heard. Well, a lot of bit about the news we heard about Destiny 2 at E3. We're going to talk a little bit about other things we saw at E3. But first off, guys, I have to say I really, really, really hate that Project Scorpio is now the Xbox One X and not just Xbox Scorpio. I know that the S in Scorpio may be a little bit confusing, but that's just dumb.
Yeah, yeah, they should have made it something different.
The one I really heard that I really wish they'd have gone with, they have Elite controllers. Why not an Elite Xbox? So you have Xbox One S, and Xbox One Elite.
It matched really well with
Yeah,
the PlayStation's name for their Pro too. I think it'd be a very competitive name.
yeah, I would agree.
It would be, but anyways, I had to get that out of the way because I was very dumb. So we heard a lot about Destiny 2 at E3. One of the real first things we saw was from the PlayStation presser on Monday night of E3, right before, I think technically the day before the show officially started. We saw Gaul. We actually got to see him with his bald head and sort of Bane-looking features. We saw a little bit more where he took the light from us and kicked us off his ship. And then we got to see the PlayStation exclusive stuff, which we will talk about in a little bit, not right now. But we got to see a lot of sort of things that indicate a better story from that trailer. There wasn't a lot. A lot of the information we got came out through interviews throughout the week. But just that trailer, if there's as much story in Destiny 2 as that trailer indicates, more and more people are going to stay longer with this game.
Yeah, I am really glad to see them actually building up an enemy rather than doing what they did with Destiny 1, where it's like, hey, you should go, maybe take care of this thing. It's not really doing anything, but you go and kill it anyways. There's a compelling reason to play the story.
Yeah, I think you have to have that with any story. Honestly, you have to have a clear set of heroes or hero, and then your villain or antagonist of some sort. Otherwise, it's just like, who am I fighting and why?
Yeah, they
So
really
yeah,
didn't do a lot of any of that in Destiny 1. It's just here's some things.
Sorry. Well, what's cool though now is we're getting to see all those Vanguard people. We're gonna have different interactions with them. You have your Guardian that you either bring over or make a new one. You have Gaul, and there was something said somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. That Gaul is actually not the like end all be all from the Cabal. He's a big bad guy, but Gaul actually reports to somebody. So I don't know if that's going to be in Destiny 2 or if that's just going to be something in lore. But there's actually we have this bad guy here that we is immediately a threat, but there's still somebody he like goes to, and so that could be cool to bring maybe that in later. But speaking of story, one of the negatives that came out, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a negative. Um, the Exo Stranger story may be wrapped up. I think it was Luke Smith said that some stories they thought were perfectly fine. There's some mystery to it, but he essentially said that they're not going to be looking into the Exo Stranger in Destiny 2. She came in, talked to you, said she couldn't tell you anything, gave you a gun, and popped out, and that's where they're leaving it. I don't know if that's because they have no idea where to go with her, or if they literally thought that was something good. But what do you guys think about this sort of story stuff that we want to see? Even though we're going to get a lot in Destiny 2, I'm excited about that. But some of the story stuff we want to know more about is not coming to us. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
I'm not sure about the Exo Stranger, but I mean, I guess I could see it being wrapped up. I mean, technically it kind of did end, and yeah, I think we all want to know more. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd like to see, I think lore wise, I'd just like to see more. But I think as far as like game, it could be done with, I guess. I mean, we did what she wanted. She, gave us her gun and left. So I mean, technically it's over with, but I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of 50-50. I could see it being done, but I could also see it, you know, going further if someone chose to.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed to see that too, that they weren't that there were some threads in Destiny 1 that they didn't really have any intention of following up with. Because I think there's definitely some interesting directions they could take, like the Exo Stranger, and we're still waiting to see some more about the Queen and all that, and I'm really hoping that they come back to him eventually.
Eventually, or at least say, I know that they're not going to, but at least be transparent and say, yeah, we have no idea where that's going, so we're going to shelve that for a little bit. But speaking of that, because they actually did say something like that in accordance to the darkness. Excuse me. They said, yeah, we really didn't know what the darkness was, so we just said the darkness to kind of say to you that there's something bad out there. But this darkness, these four races that we are kind of fighting against right now, they're not in collusion with each other. So there is really not a specific darkness. It is just these outside forces that are fighting us. And so there are screenshots where it says you have lost your light, not you succumb to the darkness. So they even have said things like, um, they even have said things like, we had no idea what we were doing there, we're changing it, or we're not going to go back to the darkness in Destiny 2. But the Exo Stranger thing does not seem wrapped up. There's literally nothing. It's an Exo Stranger who pulls the story forward and tells you about the Vex. And I guess that's technically story, but to me it just seems like there's more to it, and maybe that's what they intended. But at least just say, I mean, they're telling us it's what they intended. I just don't. I don't know. Some of those elements I wish would at least be touched upon, maybe side mission or something. But there's still going to be a ton more story. There's still lots of things to explore and do, and so we're just. I mean, I'm glad there's more.
For sure.
So speaking of more, we're going to actually be able to play Destiny 2 in beta form in a month from now. The beta dates. Let me pull this up really quickly. It was 18th and 19th.
18th for the PlayStation 4 and 19th for the Xbox One, and they are hosting the open beta on the 21st of July.
Yes, those 18th and 19th are pre-orders, so you get the code for pre-order. But on the 21st, if you didn't pre-order, you'll be able to play, and it ends on the 23rd. So go get a pre-order, and you'll get about 5 days worth. But they've said we're supposed to be able to play a PvP map, supposed to be able to play Countdown. Um, they said we're going to be able to play Arcstrider and Dawn Blade. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to do Sentinel, but they haven't really said anything about that yet. We're going to have part of a patrol, I think is what they said. No, they said we're going to have part of a story mission, potentially. And it's essentially the D2 reveal build, but pushed out towards the public. And I don't know if they've said anything about patrol or not. But you're going to have a significant time to play, honestly, a significant portion of the beginning stages of Destiny 2. And so that's in about a month. And so I'm very, very excited for it.
I am too. I'm really looking forward to see what all they do with the patrol. I'm hoping they put out just even if it's just a little section one. I'd really like to see it.
Put up the fog of war. They literally put a wall up and say you can't go there, or dark like you're gonna die if you go over there. Put up the kill boundaries. Um, One thing I want to see too is this week they talked about specific places. I forget what they're called, but there's specific places that will be featured each week on a patrol where you can go and do a reward, do a mission, do something, and get a Nightfall style.
The Lost Sector.
It's something like that, yeah. and they're kind of focusing a lot of people into one area.
They said it could be potentially the solo players' space to get Nightfall rewards. So even though they are heavily pushing this team play and you need to play with teams and we have these guided games, they're giving a space for solo players. You can go in with a group, but if you're a solo player, these should be able to be done solo and get Nightfall levels of rewards. So I think that's.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Being
you have no
able,
excuse as a solo player, but if you want to make one up, you now have this excuse.
And the events themselves, I don't know
well,
if
and
they
as
were
I,
specifically meant to be done like by yourself. I think it's more of their attempt at pulling people into patrol and kind of getting a lot of people in one place doing something.
Well, no, they said specifically though that solo. This is a place for solo players to come get Nightfall level rewards. Like they want you to do it as a team, but they probably Luke Smith or somebody, one of the lead designers said that this is a space solo players can come to do that. So they're making these with the fire team in mind, but they are telling people, the community, that if you want to solo, maybe you don't want to play with somebody, you just want to go in solo for that specific night or whatever, you know. And they're saying you can now and still get decent rewards.
well, it was like from the Bungie release or whatever it was, like a month ago or whatever. Um, that they said like 50% of the like Destiny community had never played a raid or whatever that statistic was. So I mean, this could be a way for them to either help solo players, uh, maybe get raid ready or something like that. And also, in addition to getting loot, that you don't have to wait around for Iron Banner for every month.
Well,
So
we have Iron Banner's not technically confirmed, but I'd be really sad if it went away.
maybe something Iron Banner like, maybe not Iron Banner itself.
But okay, so speaking of the raids and the guided games, did y'all hear that guided games are only for normal mode raids as of right now?
I did not hear that.
Yes, I just read that a little bit ago.
Yeah, so they want normal mode raids. They want people to come in because those are a little bit easier, and you're not having to worry about challenges. But from what the community's been saying, everyone's parroted the same thing. The groups that are going to go in, maybe somebody like maybe a group like Epic where we have over 500 members, maybe we'll have a team that will want to go weekly and go do a normal raid. But people are doing the hard raids. We have a group on Epic right now called the Epic Raid Rookies, who are people who haven't done a lot of raids, who joined Destiny late, and they jump straight into hard mode because they want to figure it out. And so I don't know. It almost seems like a misstep, and there are a couple other missteps. But Bungie, they have a clear vision, but it almost seems the wrong choice at this time.
Well, and maybe they do it this way now because, I mean, honestly, you're not going to have many. I mean, you're going to have groups that have good communication that go into the raids, but like everybody's going to be new to the raid. It's going to be hopefully completely different from the raids we've had in Destiny 1. So, I mean, you don't really want a group that, has somebody who maybe you've never raided before coming in who either may know like raid mechanics and just knows how to do a raid, um, or you might have somebody that, has nothing, So, I mean, maybe it's just a way to be like, all right, this is where we're going to start. Maybe they change that later on.
Maybe they will when hard mode comes out, but it just seems weird that they wouldn't say, yeah, hard mode's going to come later, because that's where a lot of it's going to be when hard mode is out and challenge mode is out. So I don't know. It just seemed odd to me.
I mean, they can always change it if it, comes out incorrect or whatever, but I mean, maybe it's just a testing point for them right now to find out what works the best.
Okay, so another quote unquote misstep that a lot of the community is saying. What are y'all's thoughts on no competitive PvP right now? Or sorry, no ranked. They have the casual and like competitive, where essentially you're playing um, class control in the normal modes, and then if you want a more competitive, you're going to play elimination or another type, the new countdown, and another type of game. What are your thoughts of like no ranked, where you're not playing for a number or playing for a um, tier at the start of this game, or even plans for it? They said they don't have any plans for it, really. Do you care?
I'm kind of surprised that they don't have any plans for it, because there's definitely a demographic out there for it. We've seen with trials and all that. But I mean, the lack of a competitive multiplayer has, uh, or not competitive, I guess, of a ranked multiplayer has a minimal impact on me. That's when I go in, it's usually just to get bounties done, just to work on a quest or something like that.
I've been playing a lot of sixes, and I will be the first to say I suck at threes. But I like to play sixes because I have a variety of people who I play with, and so I have people that um, generally get a point 0.1 KD every match, and then the highest person on the team will get like a 2.4 KD or 2.5 KD. And so that spread, you get some matches where you pub stomp, and you get some matches where it's even. You get some matches where you get stomped. But the problem with that is I don't have a want to go into PvP right now because it's the end of Destiny. I really don't want to go try trials every week. I mean, I will. It's something I want to get better at, but it's not like a burning desire. But if they had a ranked playlist for me personally, did either of you play Halo
I
3?
did, and I remember their
Duh.
competitive setup or their ranked setup in that.
That's the whole reason I played so much Halo 3 was I had a roommate, and now please don't do this if they are able to. I had a roommate who would go up to like 49 or 50 on the ranking because he was so good, and then he would literally let his character idle, so he would drop back down to like 17 and stuff, so he could go pub stomp and get back up, and he would yo-yo during. But I wanted to get up there and be on like level 34, 35 in these different playlists because I wanted to say, hey, I'm past the midpoint, I'm close to the top, and so I don't ever think I would be like top tier in Destiny. But I personally, I'd play a ton more PvP if it was like, oh hey, you're yellow tier now or whatever, and yellow tier is like the third tier out of six. You're now orange tier, stuff like that. Um, for me personally, I play a ton more PvP if they had that, and it's odd to me that they don't have any plans for something like that. I mean, they don't even have private matches coming out when the game first starts, and I know that's not a big feature that is used a lot, but it's weird to me.
Yeah, I could see them maybe eventually implementing some sort of like seasonal rankings or something, sort of like what they do in Halo 5 now and in Overwatch, where you go in and you work your way up and you hit a certain tier, and then 3 or 4 months later they wipe it and you've got to start again. That's something that I wouldn't mind, but
We sort of have that right now with Iron Banner because technically you're hitting different rank ups, but the problem with that is if you play, you're guaranteed to hit rank five. In the gear reflects that. If you're guaranteed to get that, you wouldn't get that. I want it to be like I'm not guaranteed to hit the next rank, and if I don't hit that next rank, I don't get an emblem or I don't get a shader or something like that. And so you could be like, look, during this last season or during this last run, I got up to this and I got the level 40 shader. I don't know. It'd just be or the rank 40. You know what I'm saying? Um, it would just pull me in a little bit more, and that's just something. It's not a huge deal. It's not bad. I'm still gonna play a ton of this game, no matter what. But
Well, I think most games like Doc said, having a season. I think most games now have something similar. Like online computer games do. You've got your seasons for supposedly Halo 5, that kind of stuff. I mean, you I like the season aspects because you get so much time to get up to your rank. Maybe you get some rewards for it depending based on what your rank is. And then, you wipe it and then you start over. Um, and then the next season has a whole new set of rewards. Um, I mean, that would make me potentially want to play PvP more. At least competitive PvP. um, just because maybe I could earn something that you know like a season or two down the line I could be like, oh hey, I earned this rank, got this reward. Nobody else is ever going to get that reward, again. So be something to strive for, I guess. Maybe a reason to get better, or want to play more, or whatever the reasoning is behind it.
All right, well, let's. I guess we've got a couple more things. Yeah, let's talk about a couple more good things before I jump into the really negative thing. So, first off, for all you Titan aficionados, the Ward of Dawn is technically back. One of the paths or one of the groups of perks is going to have an ability where if you tap the super buttons, just like press them and activate, you'll do the Sentinel Captain America Titan. But if you hold the buttons down, you will do the Ward of Dawn. And I don't know if that's going to have a buff, if it's going to be armor, if it's not going to have anything, just be a bubble. But Bubble's technically coming back, and I am ridiculously excited for that because the Void Titan sounds grossly overpowered now because you have a walking, moving shield ability, you have a ranged attack, and you have the option now to drop a bubble. So it just sounds awesome.
The bubble's not really a turn on to me, to be honest. I think either competitive or raid wise, bubble is very situational, um, and it's mostly used for the buffs, at least currently.
Well, what I'm thinking is with Titans now having the Titans are all about being slow and placing up shields and all this stuff now. I mean, Striker Titans are about killing, but we the class ability is putting up shields. With the bubble coming back, you now have the option to be an offensive Titan or a defensive Void Titan, and it's all on the same build. You don't have to go in and switch something up. And yes, bubbles aren't going to probably be they're not going to be as good in D2 because they're now a selectable perk and not the entire super. But if I'm thinking of stuff like on the countdown mode where you've got like maybe a 3v2 situation and you've just planted a bomb and you have a super, and instead of popping a sentinel and trying to go kill him with your shield, you just pop that bubble, and now they have to come through to you a little bit more than before. It's just gonna, to me, it's gonna open up a little bit more play style for me personally. I'm excited for it. Maybe y'all aren't, but I'm excited for it to be coming back.
That's usually my go-to for when I'm on a Titan is the bubble. When I'm for PvP or PvE especially. But
PVE definitely, but now I can play. You can play a Bubble Titan in PvP now and not feel. I mean, the statistics say Bubble Titans help your team win, but you don't feel useless now. You have the option to either throw your shield or turn
yeah, I
into a
think
bubble.
that's definitely going to help make it a much more usable class in PvP more than it is now with the with that roaming ability that you get with it.
Speaking of classes, what do you think about the only two classes essentially at the start? I mean, pretty much been confirmed coming out. No Taken King subclasses.
It's disappointing for sure. I was kind of hoping that we'd see, another of the older classes return or them bring forward something
You
new.
thinking it's for
Yeah.
DLC
So
1 or DLC 2? Hey, buy the DLC, get more subclasses.
it wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
Well, and I've heard people say it can technically fit into lore because we went outside of the Traveler's Light to go find these new things, and now that our light has completely gone, these things that weren't in the light are harder to bring back. I don't know. It just uh, maybe they're waiting for something cool. There are still people that are betting that they'll come back and they just want to save something for the release. But I mean, we've got a lot of cool new stuff. But I really wish we had those since we had them in D1. Just give us the three subclasses. Is there anything else that y'all see about Destiny 2 we want to talk about before we get into a little bit of the ACB the man rant section, even more than normal?
Eh, I didn't really see anything myself.
Okay, so there's probably a couple of other minor things in there that are going to be very cool, or maybe solid. Here's the thing I want to talk about, and I want to apologize to bnelly and PhD for a second. Destiny 2 has exclusives. Okay, Destiny 2 has exclusive strikes, armors, weapons, ship, PvP map. I think that's it. And my personal take on it is I very, very much dislike it. It bothers me a lot as an Xbox player. But here's what bothers me more is the fight that we're having as a community over this. And what I mean by that is those I think it's a vocal minority of those who are on Xbox who are screaming at Sony and Activision at the people on PS4 saying that they should not be able to do that. And then conversely the people on the PS4 who are screaming back at the Xbox people telling them to suck it up and stop crying. There has been more conversation back and forth this last week because it came up at E3 from content creators, respected content creators. I'm not going to call names out specifically, but there was a Destiny Lorecast member who plays on Xbox One and a Destiny Crucible Radio member who plays on PS4 who got in a 50, I think 55 or 56 tweet argument on Twitter about privilege versus rights versus I should have it versus get over it. And these are content creators that should be best friends, should be bringing each other up, who are arguing on Twitter over this stuff. And so my rant to you is it sucks. But please come at it with a level head. And please, if someone starts to argue with you about this stuff, stop it. Personally, literally the only way we're going to get rid of exclusives is if every single person on the Xbox One did not buy Destiny 2. If one third of their demographic, or one third of their projected sales, one third of their shipment did not sell, then they would look at it and say, oh, maybe these exclusives aren't there. But Destiny 2 is going to be so freaking good that you're going to buy it, I'm going to buy it, your grandma's going to buy it, and she's still going to play it on Xbox One, even though she doesn't have that cool looking sniper. My rant's over. I want to say it more publicly on the podcast so maybe more members can hear it. Well, we're a small little podcast. I'm a small YouTuber. I'm a small member of a 500 person clan. But if anyone hears this, please use your head when making this argument, please. All right, ran over. We just sorry, we'll go over a couple of other things in a second. There's just this division is. I'm done. I'm sorry. It's stupid. Yes, they suck, but just deal with it. Deal with it more constructively. Okay, sorry.
I guess my view on the whole thing is that I can kind of see where they're coming from. If Sony is a big partner of Destiny, Microsoft or, Xbox isn't, I can see why they're getting exclusives. They're rewarding that partnership, that relationship. As an Xbox player, honestly, I could care less. I mean, cool, yeah, you get a cool sniper. I'm never gonna see it. I'm never gonna get to play against it because I play on Xbox, so I don't really care. Um, I don't know. I guess I just don't. I'm indifferent about it. It's not gonna make me want to go buy a PS4 or get all up in arms about it. I mean, there's plenty of games that you can get exclusive, maybe not specifically for console or, specific, console or whatever, but there's plenty of things, look at, deluxe editions of games and stuff. I mean, yeah, you can buy it on multiple platforms, but, you know, um, I'm not gonna go out and spend money to buy a PS4 just so I can have a sniper rifle or whatever else the rewards are. I'm just gonna happily play Destiny 2 and be none the wiser.
Well, see, and that's what I'm trying to say. You have a nice, calm, formulated opinion, and you are sharing it and saying how the exclusive stuff affect you. That's what we need to all have right now with the exclusives. There's too much crap out there fighting about it. Um, Now, honestly, if there was an exclusive raid or an exclusive DLC, yeah, yeah, get up in arms, get up in arms. But this stuff is inconsequential. Honestly, it's
It's
really
it's
inconsequential.
it's cosmetics, you know. I mean, that's all it is.
The only thing I don't like is they're getting a Taken strike, which could potentially be lore-ish. Like where are the Taken? What are they doing now that their guy is gone? But I mean, it's mostly cosmetic. It's not going to affect you that much. Do I personally dislike it? Yes, very much. But I want to have a nice, even, calm conversation so that my PS4 buddies or PS4 content creators or PS4 people who play can have a nice conversation with me about this game we all love.
To be honest, I'm perfectly fine with them getting the Taken strike. I'm so done with them at this point. I don't even want it.
I can definitely understand that one. Okay, so let's get off the AC the man soapbox for a second. What else at E3 did you see that you liked that wasn't Destiny 2?
I'm
There
gonna
was a
I'm gonna pull
game.
the
There's
big
a-
Destiny looking competitor out and say Anthem. That game looked
that
absolutely
yes.
gorgeous.
Oh yes.
Okay, a question though. As gorgeous as it looks, even if you play it, do you really think that you're personally going to be pulled away from it as much as you play? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a cool game, but I think it's cool, but I'm not going to play it because I'm not going to spend as much time on it as I put into Destiny, and so I don't think there's a reason for me personally to buy it. But it does look very cool. It's like you're everyone's Iron Man.
Something like that. Yeah, kind of different classes of Iron Man. It looks like. It,
I didn't really see much on that one. I spent most of the week gone, so I didn't see much of the stuff from E3. But what I did see was, I guess it's. I mean, it's not gonna be Destiny-esque, but I mean, it looked like a fun game, and I'm kind of more just. I like to play games more so for the enjoyment. So like, if it's fun, if it looks good, if it's something new, you know, or whatever. Yeah, probably, depending on when its release date is and everything, yeah, I'll probably play it. Um, I mean, like, that's why, like, I enjoyed Titanfall 2 when that came out over Battlefield 1. So I'm like, a whole different way to play, just a novel idea. It was a great game. And I mean, heck, I've been playing like the last couple weekends, just grinding out levels and stuff and playing that because it's fun. And I think if this Anthem game is that way, I'll probably end up playing it. If I'm not playing Destiny 2.
Maybe if there's any lulls, we can go play it. But was there anything else that y'all saw? Because I have two distinct, for me personally. Well, I have three, but I'll say them in a second. Anything else that y'all saw that y'all like? Okay, well, first off, Crackdown 3. It looks it's cell shaded. It looks exactly like Crackdown 2. I know there's going to be more to it than that, but it's more of the same. And I love me some Crackdown, and I'm excited for another game, another chance to play and just be in that world of essentially super powered policemen.
I've never actually played either of the first two, but Terry Crews kind of sold me. He's, he's just so crazy.
The thing about it is that gameplay literally is that like you start off and you can only jump maybe 20 feet in the air, but as you level up your jumping, as you get more like agility orbs, you can suddenly jump 60 feet in the air. You can start off, you can only pick up small cars, but by the end of it you can pick up 18 wheelers and chuck them. So you're progressing yourself up, and it's just there can be difficulty curves, but if you just follow the game's progression, you're literally just leveling up to be able to pick up more things, shoot more things, blow up more things, and so it's a very very fun game. And if they have co-op like they did, I don't remember if one had co-op, but if they have co-op like they did in the second game, it's just going to be a lot of destruction and a lot of having fun in a cell shaded kind of cartoon world. What's this? Oh, so okay, another Activision title. I am looking forward to a Call of Duty game for the first time since I guess since Black Ops 2 was over. I guess since Ghost technically. I didn't care about Ghost, but I'm looking forward to play Call of Duty World War II.
I've heard that was what people were saying was good. Like they,
It's going back to its Call of Duty roots where as much as I like exosuits, as much as I like jumping abilities and all this stuff, you've got World War II guns. Granted, they're probably more accurate than the actual real world counterparts, but you got World War II guns, you got World War II action, you're going to have World War II multiplayer, and it just looks like it's going back to when people wanted to play Call of Duty who weren't COD fans. And so I'm definitely looking, bless you by the way, I'm definitely looking forward to playing a Call of Duty again. And it's gonna cut into some of my Destiny 2 time. I can already tell. I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm definitely glad to see some of the more classic play style that there was in like World at War, the old school Call of Duties, and then in Modern Warfare as well. The exosuit thing has just been kind of played out for me personally.
I mean, it's gonna be cool to play. And I wanted to play Battlefield 1, but I don't like Battlefield games. Um, but so I'm gonna be able to play that style of game in more of a confined setting, and so this is gonna be fun. And
Hmm.
then I have one more, and they've sold it 1,000 times, 1,000 different ways. I want to buy a Nintendo Switch.
play Mario.
No, so I
Skyrim?
can play Skyrim on Nintendo Switch and have
Ah,
the Master Sword in Skyrim without a mod. And I know that's very dumb. I just want to be able to play Skyrim on the go.
with a
I know
Master
it's
Sword.
not. I know it's not going to look as good. I know it's like the third time I would have bought the game.
I don't think that's immersive, man.
I want it. I want it. I just want. By the way, did y'all think the Bethesda E3 press conference was crap?
It was kind of short, I thought, and they
It
didn't
was
really
short. I That's
talk about a
fine,
whole
and I
lot.
like the approach they went with it. They have that kind of style, but it's like we have two new games. Let's go out in the beginning and have the head guy say something. Let's play this video of all the trailers, and then let's have the guy at the end say the F word like 4 times. I'm fine with people saying the F word, but it was unnecessary. Okay, so how many of the press conferences did y'all guys see?
Absolutely none of them.
I saw the Xbox, PlayStation, and the Bethesda one.
Okay, out of those three, then, which one do you think was the best conference overall? I know we're Xbox fanboys, but
Overall, and I'm biased towards Microsoft anyways, but even looking at it as objectively as I can, I really think Microsoft took it.
except for except for that dumb car reveal. I get it. It's Forza. I don't care about no car.
Yeah,
I mean, I take that back. I do. I enjoy watching car shows. I enjoy watching racing. I very much do. But the world reveal of some new Porsche at an Xbox conference, yay! I'm gonna buy Forza anyways. Probably, you know. Um, Honestly, from what I see and what I heard, Ubisoft, whatever, technically had what most people say was the best. But PlayStation wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong, PlayStation wasn't bad. But the problem with PlayStation that I saw was coming in 2018, coming in 2018, coming in 2018. You know, so which I get it. They have to, but they have to a little bit. But anyways, or is there anything else about E3 about Destiny 2 want to chat about here. I know we kind of got out on a tangent of me ranting, and then we talked about a little bit of E3. But anything else you want to chat about?
Not specifically Destiny related, but I was looking through some of the reveals that were at E3, and like I'm looking at some cool games, like Anthem's on this list. The Return of Metroid. That looks interesting.
This 2D one looks cool, but
I mean, we'll have to see how it plays, but yeah. It's like there's one that's like a prison or something, a way out. That looks pretty good. And then one I was kind of looking at is Metro Exodus. I have the original, or the first two games. They look pretty good. I've played only like 20 minutes of the one, but it's fun. So I probably would play that one if it came out. But I mean, I ain't God of War, honestly. There's some cool stuff. There's there's some cool stuff coming out that I would be excited and would probably throw my wallet at and have them take my money.
if I had some money to spend, you know,
Yeah,
I consider buying a PlayStation 4 for God of War. I mean, like if I had the expendable money, I'd buy a PS4 for God of War because that just looks cool. This
yeah. Other
E3,
than that,
this E3 was nice to me, and maybe just because I'm older. This E3 didn't have a lot of the punch it did as it used to, or as it has in the past. Excuse me. I mean, in part of it's because Bethesda had a weak showing, in my opinion. Um, PlayStation had a lot of coming in 2018. Microsoft had a ton of. And granted, I understand why they're doing this, but Microsoft had a ton of like, hey, look, Microsoft. Oh, Microsoft exclusive stuff. Speaking of Microsoft exclusive, I don't know how they pulled it off, but PUBG exclusive to the Xbox One.
oh, nice.
PlayerUnknown's Battleground, whenever it comes out, is exclusive to Xbox One. And granted, you know, I wish the PS4 people had access to that, but I'm actually excited to jump in and play some Battlegrounds. I don't have it on computer because my PC can't or my laptop
Yeah,
can't handle
Yeah,
it.
I'm in the same boat
yeah,
with you there. I'd definitely be looking forward to
me
playing
too.
on console.
Technically, it can handle it, but I have an i3 processor that's like 4 years old.
Nice.
Um, and so yeah, no way it's gonna be able. But yes, no, I'm excited for PUBG. But anyways, just back to my original point. There's a lot of things that were like I guess subpar in my opinion. I don't know, but it was still I'm still like E3. I'm glad they're going to a public format, so someday I can go to an E3 someday. And so I mean, it was very cool, and I'm very sad that we had scheduling and sickness, to where we couldn't talk about it last week. But hey, uh, you know, we're like 11 weeks into our podcast with 11 or 12 weeks in with 9 episodes. I think that's pretty good. So,
That's for shabby.
all right, was there any last topics y'all think about? I can't really think of anything else to chat about.
No, I can't really either.
No, off the top of my head.
All right, well, to anyone listening to this who is not part of Clan Epic, go to the100.io slash groups slash 1412, I believe is what it is. Or just search for group 1412 or Epic on the100.io. You can find them on Reddit, a couple different places, but come join our clan. It's fun. You can come chat on the podcast maybe, if we can get schedules out. But other than that, guys, I want to say thank y'all for being available tonight. For those who are listening also, we're recording now on Sunday night, and that's probably going to be our new recording day. It's just easier on Sunday evenings, so you may get the podcast a day late from now on, but that's okay. You can wait. And guys, I think I'm going to go eat some fried chicken that's been waiting on me. We made it before the podcast, and I'm hungry.
Dude, go eat it.
All right, catch you guys later.